guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Girija and I'm a 4th year MBBS student. I am also a YouTuber and I make content related to productivity, study hacks, positivity, med school and everything that catches my interest. So if at all you're new to my channel, then make sure you subscribe because it is completely free and totally worth it. Well, I will be considered as a foreign medical graduate in India because I am pursuing MBBS from a different country. I study in Guangzhou Medical University in China, and right now I'm in India because of my winter vacations and because of the whole pandemic situation. So for FMGs, you have to crack an exam called Foreign Medical Graduates Examination or MCI screening test in order to be a registered and certified medical practitioner in India. And in 2023, we will be approaching an exam called NEXT. But before that, students still have a chance who are in their final year to attempt FMGE either in June 2022 or in December 2022. So if at all you are an FMGE aspirant, this video is definitely going to add a lot of value to your life and going to unlock a lot of secret strategies and secret mantras in order to crack FMGE. And today I will be in a conversation with Dr. Shruti Sharma and Dr. Shashwat, who are not only my best friends but my seniors from Guangzhou Medical University. Both of them managed to crack FMGE in their first attempt itself, and both of them were stuck in India because of the pandemic. So definitely their tips and tricks are going to be super relatable to all of the students out there and is definitely going to help them in each possible manner. If at all you want to listen to this video as a podcast, feel free to just plug in your earphones, grab a cup of coffee and a lot of snacks, because this is going to be a long video but totally worth it. And if at all you want to skip to whichever part you want to watch, I will be providing all the timestamps below and in the description box, so hop on to whatever topic interests you, but make sure you watch the entire video or listen to this entire video because it is going to be totally worth it. I'm super excited for today's video because it is not only close to my heart as I'm shooting with my best friends and with my college seniors, but also with two doctors who managed to crack FMGE in their first attempt. So no matter if this is your first attempt or your XYZ attempt, if you want to crack FMGE, you are on the perfect video. So let's begin. Last time when I made a video regarding FMGE, one of the questions in that video that I was going to answer was how to clear FMGE, and I left it unanswered just because I wanted to have this amazing chat and interview with you guys. So be ready to tell us about every strategy and every success mantra of yours to clear FMGE. So let's start with the series of questions that I'm going to bombard on you guys. So the first question is, what was your primary idea and thought about the FMGE or MCI examination, and how did you get to know about this exam? So how would you like to answer this question, Dr. Shashwat?
See, about this exam before going to China, like when we were talking to the relatives and to the friends that we are going to China for MBBS, they used to tell, okay, there is an exam you have to clear after coming back. That time it was called as MCI or screening examination. So everybody used to tell it's very tough and the passing percentage is so low, people don't pass the exam, it's little problematic. But and also about the exam, when I went to the college, and my seniors also told me about the examination from internet and lots of sources, but the basic idea was that it was a little bit like a worrying condition, that what if I don't clear. But after all, I thought, let's focus on studying 5 years. Whatever it is, when it will come, we'll tackle it. So that was the basic idea.
And what about you, Dr. Shruti? Were your thoughts similar to this one?
Yes, very much similar to what Dr. Shashwat said, and that's why we were trying our best during the MBBS years only to try to prepare for the MCI exam. Like simultaneously just going through the main books, but along the way when like it was very much less time to prepare because of the college exams plus whatever goes in foreign country. So it was very difficult to cope up with the preparation, proper preparing for the MCA exam. So we came back, then we got a lot of time because of the COVID. So that's why we got a lot of time to prepare.
The next question is, most of the people are skeptical when they choose to shift to another country for 5 or 6 years to get their MBBS journey. So, Dr. Shruti, were you skeptical or confused while making this decision of moving to a completely different country to pursue MBBS? What were your thoughts on that? How did you make the decision that, yes, I'm going to leave the country and go for 5 years and get my degree from there?
I was very much scared because I have never been to anywhere like by myself. So it was a big task for me. But one thing I knew for sure that I want to become a doctor. Like it was my dream since childhood that I want to become a doctor no matter from where I do it. So that's why I determined it that no matter, okay, I have to go that far, no problem. Just I have to complete my degree and become a good doctor.
And what about you, Dr. Shashwat? Were you skeptical while making this decision?
Very much. I think it's kind of natural also, because you are leaving your own country, you are going somewhere else, somewhere like totally new place, new people, new language, everything new. So it is natural to be a little scared, but my basic point was that I didn't wanted to waste any year. Like I didn't want to had a drop.
Yeah.
Because 5 years of
When
MB,
you're 12th standard.
yeah, after the 12th standard. So because it's like 5 years of MBBS, then 1 year internship, then masters of three years. So it's a long journey. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So I wanted to do or join the college in my first year, like without any drop. So I researched and like finally chose to go to China.
So you guys were batchmates in Guangzhou Medical University and my seniors over there. And now both of you cleared FMGE with flying colors and in your first attempt itself. So the question is, when did you guys start preparing for FMGE on a serious note? Because there are a lot of viewers right now who might be in their first year or might be in their final year or might be giving their second attempt or third attempt. So when did you guys start your preparation? What about you, Dr. Shashwat? When did you start preparing seriously for the exam?
See, seriously, I started preparing, I think, 5 or 6 months back. Okay, so the exam was in December 2021, and I started preparing around June or maybe July, like seriously, properly with the timetable and everything. Yeah.
And what about you, Dr. Shruti?
I also started preparing 6 months back only, like proper preparing. I was before that I was preparing, but in a slow pace. Like sometimes I did less, but with the speed and with consistency, prepared for 6 months. The last 6 months.
Okay, so the last 6 months were the crucial time when you guys started preparing. So nowadays, when we go for preparing, well, this was one thing that I observed in the graph of FMGE passing rate, which was earlier the passing rate was really less. But as these apps emerged, like Marrow, Prep Ladder, and Academy, the rate of passing gradually increased. So what was your primary source for studying for FMGE? Like, what did you choose, Dr. Shruti?
I chose Marrow after lots of research, what I did, because I found the app to clear my clinical core, the basics, the concepts, everything. And I thought that it would be great for clearing FMG as well as for preparation of my PG exams. So that's why I chose Marrow app, and it helped me a lot. And because of that app only, I scored well in the exam.
In which year of MBBS did you buy Marrow, Dr. Shruti?
I bought it last year itself.
In your final year?
Yes.
Okay.
In my final year, I bought the Marrow, and I started preparing from that time itself, but in a slow pace.
Okay. And then you got with the religious preparation in the last 6 months. And what about you, Dr. Shashwat? Which app did you choose and why?
It was the same, like Marrow only. But before choosing, I just looked up many apps like Prep Ladder, like other apps which are in the whole market and everything. So, but I found Marrow was good and I chose Marrow. But also for preparing, I saw some YouTube channels like Integrated Learning. That is a channel which is very, very helpful and led by Dr. Ashish and Dr. Paras, Dr. Sara. So it's like they do some kind of quick rapid revision, you know. So which subjects I could not complete with Marrow the last few days, I went for that particular channel in YouTube, and it also helped a lot. Rather than that, the main basic primary source of my preparation was Marrow.
Okay, so along with Marrow, you use YouTube as your learning source as well.
Yes, yes.
And most of the people get confused. So now, for example, you guys have chosen Marrow, but for someone who chose some other app or hasn't made a decision by now, what message would you like to give them, Dr. Shashwat?
See, the message I would give is don't overthink and don't jump too quickly. Okay, all the apps, all the popular renowned apps are almost the same. Okay, it's just like you can't get everything at one place. Suppose for me, some teachers are like my favorite on Marrow app. Okay, like Rohan sir, Sakshi ma'am, and lots of teachers are my favorite. But some subjects are like I would prefer on some other app. Okay, and same goes with all the apps. You can't find all the favorites at one place, right? So but basic idea, apart from that, basic idea is everybody teaches the same thing. Okay, and all the teachers try their best to give you all the clinical knowledge and everything for making you ready for the examination and in the real life. So just buy one and stick to the app. Don't jump too quickly. Okay, just focus on completing that.
Even if someone has chosen some other app, they should
Yeah,
just not overthink and stick to the same
stick to
app
the
and
app.
begin with the preparation.
Right, absolutely.
Dr. Shruti, other of your batchmates who chose other apps also succeeded.
Yes, my like approx 13 to 14, my batchmate scored very well in this exam.
And they
All our
chose other
friends.
apps.
Some of them chose Marrow, some of them chose Prep Ladder.
So here is an important message for my viewers that no matter which app you are using, just stick to it and you shall succeed if you put in your honest efforts. So the next question that I would like to ask is, there are so many students in the first or second year of college, or some of them who are stuck in India due to the pandemic. There are so many different guidelines that pop up every other day that some students will not be allowed to practice in India because of the online course that they took or anything. So, did these kinds of news affect your preparation in FMG, Dr. Shashwat?
See, like this is a major issue, okay? And if you ask me, it did not affect my studies or my preparation because I was just ignoring all these kind of stuff, okay? Because you know, every now and then there are some rules changing, some new drafts, some new rules, this exam, that exam, patterns changing, okay? But one thing is clear that India is needing doctors, okay? And especially in the situation like pandemic, we need doctors. And how could they not allow us to practice in India if the MCI is giving us the permission, the certificate to like do the MBBS from abroad? Yeah. So that is the basic idea. And about talking about the changing exam patterns and all, the basic idea will be the same. See, medicine is medicine. If you do in India, if you study in Russia, in UK, or in any country of the world, okay, basic idea is the same. So I was just focusing on let's study all the subjects, let's try my best to clear the concepts. Whichever situation will come, we'll try to like cope it up that time.
Do you agree to the same, Dr. Shruti?
Yes, I agree to it. And whatever be the guidelines, and many rumors, especially many rumors fly around like every now and then. So it's better just to ignore it, because anyhow you will have to give the exam, and like just keep preparing and ignore all the rumors.
So, ignorance is bliss when it comes to all the rumors and all the changing guidelines when it comes
Exactly.
to affecting your studies.
100%.
Dr. Shruti, what was your outlook regarding FMGE or MCI examination in the initial years of your MBBS? When you were in your first or second year, what outlook did you have towards the exam?
In even before the admission in China, I was scared about MCI itself, because I was like, everyone told that it will be like it is more tough than the NEET UG exam. I'm like, I could not crack the NEET UG, so how would I be able to like prepare for the MCI exam? So from first year itself, I was very much scared that no, I have to pass in the first attempt itself. I have to pass. I have to pass. So I did my best, like during the initial years as well, that trying to make my own notes and preparing from the basic like textbooks, and like simultaneously along with the college lectures, I used to read from the Indian textbooks and make my own notes, and that helped a lot also. And along the years, it became a habit of preparing your own notes from the Indian textbooks along with the college lectures.
So basically, you were headed for the preparation of the exams from the first year itself.
Yeah.
And Dr. Shashwat, you said that you started your preparation towards your final year, and as I know, you had a pretty amazing college experience because you were in every sport, in every co-curricular activities. Also, both of you participated equally. So, how would you rate your experience from the first year of college towards FMG?
See, I knew about the exam that okay, I will face this, I think 4 or 5 years later. But my first year, second, and the third year were like masti, only fun. Like I focused on the university exams first, and apart from that, I was into dance. I was into some activities in the sports, volleyball, badminton. Yeah, so these were the things which I did mainly in my first and second and also the third year. And when it came like fourth and fifth year, so I was getting little serious when the clinical subjects came in. Okay, so yeah, but I was not as studious as Shruti. She was more into studies and I was more into sports.
By the way, for the viewers, both of them were from the same batch and both of them are batchmates. So obviously you can see two different sides. One is a student who studied from the first year itself, and the other one started studying in the last few years of MBBS. But Dr. Shruti, there are so many students who do not pay attention to the preclinical subjects in the first and second year, like anatomy, biochemistry, physiology. So, what impact does it have if you are not perfect with your preclinical subject?
Now, everything, like every preparation needs integrated study. Okay, you have to, like if you are doing something in clinical subject, you can just relate with the preclinical, and it will be simultaneously you can study both. Okay, and even if you're not strong in the preclinical subjects, as you go along with your studies and your clinicals are getting stronger, you can just give some time to the preclinicals. Okay, because main weightage of the exam consists of the clinicals only. Okay, so but main is integrated study, because now everything should be like the level of the exam is also like this only, that now they are all the questions are clinical based, case based, and they like it, you have to be like that much knowledge you should have, that you can integrate every subject together to solve that question.
Like, I personally feel that anatomy, biochemistry, physiology, pathology, these subjects are the building blocks to understanding the major subjects when it comes to surgery, medicine, etc. So, if at all you're not perfect with your preclinicals, you cannot focus on the clinical ones correctly. And sometimes, if you're in the final year or so, you do not get time to perfect your basics.
For me also, my preclinicals are not very strong, like they were not very strong. My clinicals are more strong, but it did not affect in any way in my preparation, because at least one thing is strong for you, so you can pay like you have to divide the time actually, like you are giving some time to the preclinicals and some time to the clinicals. So main is integrated, preclinicals and clinicals, just integrate them and study. Like if you are doing pathology, and you can integrate it with medicine, like pathology, you are doing respiratory system, you can relate with the medicine part of it. And you are doing anatomy, you can study the surgery part of it.
integrate the
throughout
subjects
two
and have a
subjects.
combined study for everything. And
Yeah.
there
That's
is
more help.
there is one question I just can't resist. So, Dr. Shashwat, is that a decor that you did in your room, or was it a part of your FMGE preparation, which we can see in your background?
It was a part of my preparation. Like these points are the points which people tend to forget very easily. Okay, like some tables and some like flow charts, some cancer staging and all. So which I had to look again and again to keep it in my mind. And these helps at I think 10 to 20 points in my exam. So yeah.
So it's a part of your FMGE preparation, which now must be looking like an award to you, placed on your walls.
Yeah, exactly.
My next question is, what were your basic sources of study material except for Marrow when it came to FMGE preparation, Dr. Shashwat? Like, except for Marrow and the YouTube channel that you told me about, that is Integrated Learning. Guys, I'll link it in the description box below so you can check that channel out. What were the books that you referred, or did you buy the notes from the app, etc.?
So apart from the app, my basic source was the notes which I bought from the Marrow site. Okay, so when I watched the video, I just added my own points and everything. So those notes were as a thing which I referred again and again, because if you write notes and you go to it again and again, it will build a memory. Okay, so apart from that, I had some standard textbooks, but I didn't read them properly and like fully. If I had some what do you say, confusion, then I referred to the specific topic on internet or some other standard textbooks or any other videos on YouTube and all. But the basic source was Marrow only and the notes.
Yeah. And Dr. Shruti, most of the people do not buy notes, and they make their own notes completely from the video. So they waste a lot of time making notes, and you bought the notes yourself. So, how much time did it save?
Actually, the best is making your own notes. I also preferred it from the beginning itself that I should make my own notes. But during the beginning of my preparation, I was very much dedicated now, no, that I have to make my own notes. But as the time passed, I saw that I have less time. And if I make notes, all of my time will be like making notes only, and I won't be able to prepare well. So that's when I bought the Marrow notes. It was time saving, but I still prefer like making my own notes. Like I made notes of surgery and obs gynae, and they were my best notes. Like you can ask me anything from that, and I will be able to answer because I read it again and again and again. But other than like, yeah, revision is the key, and other key is solving questions. Without solving questions, you can't do anything. Like it's you should have the habit of doing one video and then doing its cue back. Like this habit should be there for your success.
Some people prefer like watching the entire subject and then they think that they will solve questions, but most of the time students do not get the time to do the same. So what is your take on solving questions, Dr. Shashwat? As Dr. Shruti said, it was very important for her.
Exactly. I think questions are important for everybody. If you are going to write a qualifying exam or competitive exam, you can't go to the war zone without your weapons. Okay, so solving Q banks and solving practice papers give you exam like environment. But coming to your question is like depends on which year are you in. Okay, if you are in the initial years, okay, just focus on building concepts. Just focus on, if you are buying Marrow or buying Prep Ladder or any app or reading with the books from the books, so you just focus on building the concepts for now. Okay, and try to revise it on a cycle based manner. But if you are near your exam, then try more, switch, like give more proportion of your time to the Q banks, because it gives you so many advantages. It gives you quick revision, and not only the specific answer, okay, this number B is right, but A, C, and D are wrong. Why? Okay, so it's covering four topics altogether, right? So that's why questions is very important. If you are in your first years, then more focus on concept building, and in if you are approaching your exam, then try to solve more questions.
Do you think that the paper pattern that they provide on different websites, that this subject will have this number of marks or this has that much of weightage, should students really rely on that marking scheme?
See, like the blueprint which they provide, okay, is kind of approximate, like 30 marks for this, 30 marks for that. So students can get a overview of which subjects are most important, like obs, gyne, surgery, PSM, medicine, and which subjects have the least contribution. They can get an overview, but it's not a rule written anywhere. So don't stick to that. Just get an idea from there. Okay, be followed by this.
Because the patterns can switch every single year and you may not
Exactly,
get,
exactly.
yeah, you may not get that many number of questions. That exact paper pattern may not appear and then it may stress you.
And one more point is like sometimes you don't understand, like nowadays as Dr. Shruti told, that integrated questions are more in fashion nowadays. Okay, so what is like integrated? Suppose there is a case of respiratory system like COPD. Okay, so COPD, they will you can study anatomy of COPD, you can study physiology, you can study biochemistry, medicine, surgery, everything of COPD. So that is called integrated learning. Okay, now suppose if a question is asked in the exam about COPD, say, you won't be able to differentiate that is it asked from medicine or is it asked from biochemistry or physiology.
You cannot just assign
Yeah, you can just say it is COPD. Okay, so differentiating, like sorting it out in a specific subject, it is not possible nowadays. So don't just stick to the blueprint, just get an overview and then continue your studying.
So, as FMGs, we all were doing fine in the country where we were pursuing MBBS, and then suddenly the news popped up that there is certain kind of virus in the entire world, and we were given an option that if you want to go to India or your hometown, you can go there, or you can stay in the country where you're pursuing MBBS. So, when we were here, we had no idea of when we are going back, what the situation is going to be, and then boom, we had online classes. So how did you react to the news of pandemic, Dr. Shashwat? What was the impact over your mind regarding FMG preparation and all the other things?
See, at the beginning, I was also very much scared, because my family was scared and everything was uncertain. They told there is a virus, people are dying, and my house was near the hospital, so all the day you are like ambulance voices and sounds. It was very much like de-stressing. Yeah. So first of all, I talked to the teachers, our coordinators, and they told that okay, if you want to stay, you can stay, we'll have proper arrangements, and if you want to go, you can go, because the time is not certain when we'll call you back. So most of the students were going back. I also went back, came home, and then it was for the initial time it was very much uncertain, because we were not getting a specific date when they will call us back. So again and again we were asking when to come back, when to come back. Then after a point we realized that it is a waste of time to think about these things. Just we should focus on our preparation, and when they want to call us back, they can call us back. And maybe this is a blessing in disguise, because this time we can stay at home, save this time, and to study for the FMGE exam and try to crack it in the first attempt.
So here's a message
this
to
was the basic.
all the students stuck in India or in their hometown due to the pandemic, that please utilize this time to your maximum like these guys did and crack whichever exam you're going to face. So Dr. Shruti, when we were in the pandemic and we had online classes arranged by the university, how did you strike a balance between FMGE preparation and the online classes and university exams?
See, it wasn't very much difficult because you are just staying at home, it's very chill, and you can just attend the online classes, and there will be still be plenty of time for you to study for yourself. So it wasn't an issue until unless the exam came, because during the exam time you definitely have to focus on the college syllabus rather than the FMG. But still, because there are clinical subjects only, so I was simultaneously doing the same subject from the Marrow app and making the notes, surgery, obs gynae, so it helped a lot during my college exams also.
And Dr. Shashwat, what do you think were the factors which affected your online studying, and simultaneously how did you deal with that? May it be distractions, digital distractions to be particular, or distractions from the new upcoming guidelines regarding COVID, pandemic, lockdown. How did it affect your studies and how did you deal with that?
See, first about the online thing, online studies, I no doubt I was missing my college. But I was kind of happy because online studies you can just mute yourself, switch off the camera, and you can just play PUBG or you can sleep. Okay, I was very much happy during the that time, but it was giving me time also. Suppose I did some subject from Marrow, like obs gyne and all, and the same topic, if the teacher is teaching me, I already know the stuff. So kind of it was interesting, and I am also available with a choice that I can skip that, okay, and focus more on my studying. Yes, and about the distractions you asked me, was for me it was major around Instagram and PUBG. So these were the basic distractions for me. I think 5 or 6 months back from the exam, June, July, or something like that, I just deleted Instagram and PUBG for that time. And rest of the apps like Netflix and everything were not bothering me that much because I was not into binge watching anything. I just opened Friends or some short funny things while I was eating, and so that was it.
So you just took little breaks for leisure time and then uninstalled everything for
Yeah.
serious preparation.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, when it comes to exam preparation, there are a lot of things that some of us have to deal with. Like we may have some functions to attend, like some birthday parties or wedding functions, and they tend to waste a lot of time. So, Dr. Shruti, how did you deal with such situations? Were you confident enough to say no and give priority to your preparation?
See, last 6 months are the major ones. It's a do or die situation. You have to be focused, or you can just waste your time. It's your choice. So, like, you have to learn to say no. Otherwise, see, I didn't even participate in the Diwali occasion. So, and many friends were calling me out, let's meet up, let's go here, let's go there. I said that, okay, wait for 6 months, wait till December 12th. After that, wherever you will call me, I'll come. So it is genuine that you have to say no. Otherwise, there will be no use. Like you have to dedicate more time into studying, right? So if you will go out and you have to sacrifice something.
So basically, you're not missing out on anything if you are involved in serious preparation for your exams, because the result is worth it when you miss out on all the distractions. Now, coming back to the exam, Dr. Shashwat, can you please give us a clear view of how the exam day looks like? What is part A? What is break? What is part B?
At the time when you will apply, okay, then when everything is done, you will get the admit card, okay, and also you will get the mail that what time you have to report. Okay, so just you have to go with all the important things like your admit card, your photo ID, like maybe passport or Aadhaar card or anything with which have your photo on it, and you can go there and they will call you one by one. They will verify everything, your documents, and then they will provide you a seat after all the facial recognition and thumb printing. You will sit. Then there is part A, like pre-lunch. It is having 150 questions, 150 minutes. After that you will have 1.5 hour break, lunch break. For that you will have to carry like proper meal from your home, and you can go out of the center in that time, and then again the reporting time is in for the part B, like after lunch. That is also having 150 marks and 150 minutes. Okay, so part A pre-lunch, part B post-lunch, and then it's done.
So,
So this is the
150
proper
questions
setup.
part A, 150 questions part B, and a lunch break in the middle of both of these exams.
Exactly, yeah.
So, Dr. Shruti, what do you think were the mistakes that you made that others should not while preparing for FMG?
See, main is consistency. Sometimes I got very much discouraged that I won't be able to do it, like lack of confidence. Okay, and whenever some family work comes up, and then I get demotivated that I'm getting involved in this thing. I'm not being able to give more time to studies. So my time is wasting this and that. So to have that confidence, okay, which I used to lack, okay, and main is consistency, okay, and my mistake was like little things get me too much stressed, okay, so overthinking, negative thinking, stress, these are my drawbacks. So I would not recommend it to anyone because it has no use. It will only have negative impact on your health, your mental health, and your preparation. And like on the day of the exam, you have to be stress free, which I was not. So it was also a negative thing for me, but you have to have full 6 to 8 hours sleep before the exam, which I did not have, which I did not get, and you have to be anxious free, and so that your mind is fully clear that okay, this question is in front of me, I have to think about it, I have to because the presence of mind is everything, even if you know entire syllabus, but you can't think at that time of the question, then it's no use.
Dr.
Your
Shashwat,
knowledge is
how do you feel that mental and physical health affect your examination, and what examples taught you that it is very important to be healthy while giving the exam?
See, it's very important to be properly in the exam hall. Like you are sitting, but your mind is somewhere worrying around that what if we won't pass, what if the questions are hard, and this and that and everything, every sort of thing. But see, not only exam day, but also 3 or 4 months prior to that. Because I had some friends who had dengue or malaria, and like they are very much near the exam and they are in the hospital. So it's very much important to maintain your physique, to have mental and physical balance and health so that you can properly prepare. For me, it's like if I have fever, high fever, it's okay for me. But if I have nose block, I am totally irritated. I can't study, I can't focus. So that's a thing. You be safe, be take care of your health mentally and physically both, so that you can give your 100%. And even the exam day, like Dr. Shruti told, sleep is very important. We all know that sleep is important. But 1 and even 2 days before the exam, I was putting the alarm for going to the bed, and I was just lying around with my eyes closed, but I was unable to sleep. I counted backwards, I counted sheeps, I did everything which I could, but no sleep. So it is, and it's not natural also. You will have to face these kind of things, but once these things passed away at the exam center, I was like, okay, it doesn't matter, I didn't sleep, but now I'll try to give my 100%, and that is the most important thing, I guess. Having confidence.
Dr. Shruti, my question to you is, what if you encounter a question to which you have no idea? Like it was a tough question and you encountered it. Did it affect the upcoming questions, and how was your take towards marking the answer for the same?
See, my advice is like don't waste too much time on the question that you don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Just guess it and move to the next question. Don't waste too much time on the question that you don't know. Just guess it.
And
I did a lot.
And stressing about that question is not the solution.
giving 1 minute to one question. That's it.
Okay.
Whatever the question. Okay.
And when it comes to the long questions, Dr. Shashwat, like there is a long question with long MCQ options, like long multiple choice questions. People tend to stress a lot because the question is already so long, you just have 1 minute. How did you deal with such lengthy questions?
See, this is a very nice point and a point which would be very helpful in the upcoming exams, because all the exams are now clinical based. Okay, and if I saw personally some long question like that, okay, then I would just see the options first. Okay, by seeing the options you get to know point A, B, C and D. So we have the direction in which we have to think now onwards. If I started beginning like this xyz year old blah blah blah, then my mind would be okay, it can be this, can be that, can be this, can be that, okay, and I would be confused till the end. Okay, I will be able to mark the answer, okay, but the thing is I would waste too much time. But if I start with the bottom up approach, then I would be limited in the thinking zone, like where I have to think. Then read the questions, read the last line, that what are they asking for, like diagnosis or investigation of choice, or they are asking some other things. Okay, then you know where to think. So this is the approach for the questions which are very long. And if you don't know the answer, just mark anything. Set a rule for yourself. I'll mark the option B, or I'll mark option C, or I'll mark the option which is the largest, like the biggest option. Just any random, any stupid rule for yourself for the questions which you don't know, like totally blank question. Just mark it and move on to the next.
And Dr. Shashwat, when we are giving the FMGE examination, once we mark any particular answer and you think that no, this answer was not right, do you get the option to change the answer for the same?
Absolutely. We have some like bookmarks option, okay? If you are dead sure about any answer, you just mark it and just move on. So in the right side of your screen, you will get to know like 1, 2, 3, and they would be marked as green, which are clear answers, okay? So green are like go, like very good. And if you are doubtful for any answer, then there is a option like bookmark. You can bookmark and they will appear as different color, maybe purple. So you can overlook and have a rough idea that how many questions are proper and how many are like guessed answers like that, okay? But
Or need reviewing?
yeah, need reviewing at the end. For me, it was personally, I would not suggest to change too many answers, okay, because the first one which your mind says is usually the right one. So go for with your first basic instincts, okay? But I marked reviewing just because I get a proper rough idea, because after the exam they are not giving you the question paper. Okay, so how to assess that how many is wrong, how many are right? So I can assess that okay, maybe 100 are green, so it's a like a plus point for me. So for that I was, and don't change too many answers. Although there is a option, you can go back and change always. N number of times you can do that.
And once you're done with the exam, most of the people have a thing called post-examination anxiety. Dr. Shruti, did this anxiety struck you?
Definitely, because what I saw in the exam, that the pattern I followed during my preparation did not like it was not there. Like PSM, and Obs Gynae, their questions were very less. So I had many doubts that what if I fail? What if I fail? So it struck me for a long time. But then I used to cope up with that by going out with friends, going out with family, celebrating occasions and everything. Just just to distract myself for those 20 to 30 days till the result come out.
And Dr. Shashwat, what was your post-examination approach? What did you do when the exam ended?
After the exam, I was relaxed first of all. Okay, that it passed, it went. That was the basic thing. Okay, and if you talk about stress and all, okay, I was 1 or 2 days or 3 days maybe. I was talking to my friends, talking to her, talking to some friends, Arnav, Shubham, everybody, and we were discussing. Okay, what you did for that, was that correct or this correct? And we were discussing like what, how much, assessing the marks, writing down in paper, everything we did. But at a point of time we understood that okay, whatever it is, we will see. And then like after 2 or 3 days I was relaxed. And to whenever I was getting any stress, I was planning any trip, or like teasing my mom or teasing my sister, doing things at home, so that my mind gets distracted. And we were like, okay, now whatever comes we'll see.
And the names that you mentioned, like Dr. Arnav, Dr. Shubham, everyone is from their batch, and they cleared FMG in the first attempt itself. So if you guys are watching this video, congratulations to all of you, and mention something in the comment section below so that I can pin it up. And you guys proved a great example of being a group who entered together as confused students who are going to be FMGs, and then clearing FMG with flying colors and adding doctor to your names. When it comes to checking the result, obviously the heart starts pumping a little faster. You pop in with the anxiety that what is it going to be? So finally encountering through the result list, what was your emotion, Dr. Shruti?
My heart was definitely popping out. Okay, and eventually at that time, me and Shashwat were together. Okay, so at that time, first he saw his result, and he got like it was written pass. Yeah, like we were both so happy, and at the same time, I was crying. Okay, that okay, yeah, finally, okay, that he passed, and what about me? Like I just gave the phone to him and said, "You only check. I won't be able to see it." Then he saw the result, and in that also it was written pass, and I started crying like hell. Like I was so happy. We were both so happy. I immediately called my mother and like my sister, my father, everyone.
And Dr. Shashwat actually posted a very interesting reel on his Instagram. So his account is private, but I'll take permission and share that reel with you guys. It was the cutest reel ever. Like when he just dropped the news in front of his parents and family that he passed the examination. Dr. Shashwat, how did it feel when he was scrolling through the list and looking at that column of pass, fail, pass, fail? What was it for you?
Can't be explained in words. You see, when the results came out, it was supposed to come 2 days later, but it came earlier. Okay, so my friend Arnav, he sent me the PDF, total result PDF, and said, "What's yours?" I was like, I didn't told. We were in the same place that time. So I didn't mentioned her that okay, the result is. I was just sitting and quietly and looking at the result. Okay, and she was like, "What's so serious now? You were laughing, and now you are just at the corner and all." So I told that results are out, and she started shivering. Okay, then I saw the. See, my stupidity, I could have just transferred it into a laptop or WPS and just searched my roll number. But that time I was so confused and worried. I was just searching my roll number like anything. Okay. Then, yeah. Then I saw my result. It was passed. Now her turn came up. Okay. Then I also saw her result, and both were passed. Then the first thing I did after that is to check again my roll number. Okay, because you know your stupid mind. Yeah, if I'm not lying, maybe more than 10 times I searched. Okay, like my roll number. Okay, word by word, digit by digit, like that only. After that, I was sure and talked to my friends, like how was their result, and after that I told my family, my relatives. So yeah, it was a.
When it comes to friends and family, how supportive were your friends and family, Dr. Shashwat, while you were preparing for the same? And did you have any peer pressure or not?
The support from family, I was a very lucky, I must say, a very lucky guy. And my mom, actually, she was like, when I was studying, don't go to his room, knock like not very loudly. Okay, and at a certain period of time, you want some coffee, you want some snacks, and this and that, and don't bother him for any work. If any work pops in, she used to drive, take the car, completed the work, and then came back. After that, by night, I came to know that okay, that was the work which she did. So support 100%. And about the friends, they were also very much supportive, and especially things like group study and some points to discuss. And I could remember maybe 4 or 5 questions I got, which I was discussing just 1 or 2 days back with our friends. So that is very helpful, and getting a healthy group of students, healthy group, it's very much helpful. So that was.
And Dr.
And the
Shruti,
support and everything.
what were your support systems while preparing for the exam?
My family definitely, because they had so much confidence on me. Like they had so much confidence. I did not have that much confidence on myself. Okay, I was the only one who was putting pressure on myself. Okay, but from their side, they were all chill. That okay, just relax, do your best, and just sit back. Like okay, do as much as you can, but don't put too much pressure on your head because it will only turn out to be on the negative side. So and they supported me a lot. So much love, all the space and all the time that I needed, I got it. And from the friends also, I got motivated a lot from you as well. Because I used to get stressed a lot. Yeah, I got motivated from Shashwat, from Girija, like, and from other friends as well. Everyone just used to just tell me that we have confidence in you, you can do it, you will pass, you will pass. I'm like, how much confidence do you have? Like in me, I don't have that much confidence. So but yeah, it motivated me a lot in every way.
Dr. Shruti, how did you break the news to your family that you passed? What was their reaction?
I was crying, like I was definitely crying. So then immediately I called my mom, and was jumping and started crying as well. And then I told my father, my sister, and they were all very happy and they all got tears in their eyes.
And Dr. Shashwat, to summarize the entire chat and the interview that we had, do you think taking the exam lightly is a big mistake and being overconfident will affect the result?
Both the sides are dangerous, like there I have met some seniors and some people, like they used to say, I have just studied 3 days and cleared the exam. And some of the people say that okay, the XYZ person is studying for 2 years and still not cracking the exam. Okay, so don't listen to all this crap. Okay, just focus on yourself, assess your preparation, how much you learned and where you stand, and then according to you start preparing and like put a proper timetable and study properly.
Dr. Shruti, what message will you give the people who might not have cleared FMG in their first attempt but are willing to give the next attempt? What motivation will you give to them?
I'll just say that you have already finished the syllabus. Just whatever you were doing, you just have to continue it. Give more grand test. Solve more and more questions. It will definitely pass. It's not a very much tough exam, to be honest. You just have to be consistent and just have faith in yourself. And that's all. Because syllabus will be the same.
Dr. Shashwat, all the 19 subjects are equally important according to you, because most of the students tend to skip certain subjects entirely by believing into some other example that so and so, or skip this particular subject and still manage to pass. What is your take on that?
According to me, if you complete all the 19 subjects, it's well and good. It's the best thing. Okay, yeah, and you should not be thinking from the beginning itself that I will do just 10 subjects or 12 subjects and things like that, because nowadays it's clinical thing and everything is equally important. You can't miss anything, because just suppose the exam is tough, okay, and you are at the verge, you are at 148 score, and you have any small subject you left, but suppose if you did that, then 2 or 3 scores, every point matters that time. So if you can, just do all the 19 subjects. If you cannot do fully, then it's okay, just go for rapid revision for some small subjects, go for the chanting sessions in the NLC, the integrated learning YouTube channel, and or Marrow rapid revision. Do it from anywhere, but do at least everything. It helps you to boost your confidence that okay, I am going with all the 19 subjects in my mind. Okay, and that confidence is very much important when you are sitting in front of the screen at the exam time. So yeah, focus on, plan according to, like, plan if as if you are doing all the 19 subjects, and stay consistent, and surely you will crack the exam.
And Dr. Shruti, to summarize the entire interview and the chat that we had, what are two important points that every FMGE aspirant should keep in their minds?
See, prepare from now itself. Wherever you are, in whichever year you are, no matter. If you have time, that's a good thing for you because you can prepare more and more. So, take any app or get admitted in any coaching or whatever you want to do. Just start your preparation from today itself. And give the grand test, that is also very important. Solve as many questions as you can because these are the building steps. And most importantly, revision. More and more revise, more and more revise. Revision helps a lot. Questions and grand test, specifically grand test, it helped me specifically a lot because you have to have the habit of sitting at one place for a very long time and solving questions.
Dr. Shashwat, when you felt low or not feeling like studying, what was the solution that you did?
I just took a break, or went to the gym, or talked to my family and things like that. Just refresh my mind, to just avoid the negative situation around. Then I came back with a fresh mind and positive thinking that okay, anyhow I will do it, anyhow I will have to face this exam now, or maybe 6 months later, but I have to crack it. So if I felt low, I just did something else for a while and then came back.
What are 2 points that you would suggest from your journey that every FMG aspirant should pay attention to, or every MBBS student should pay attention to from now on?
See, most important points, as Dr. Shruti told, is like starting early. Okay, because starting early is very important, as some people are leaving things for the final years, like later period of time. So don't do that. Just wherever you are, just start now and then only. So apart from that, I think the point would be stop overthinking. It won't be helpful. Okay, and stop being so negative, like what if I don't pass. Think like, what if I pass, how would I react if I pass, what are the plus points if I pass in my first attempt, and things like that. Because if you overthink, you just waste so much of time. There is a pace of studying, you are just breaking it. Some, like for me also, sometimes I was into, suppose in the Marrow app, I was into obs and gyne videos. Okay, and I was just going back into surgery or into medicine. Oh my god, these many videos are remaining, how would I complete everything, and this and that. So if I would not be doing that at that time, maybe my scores were more high. Okay, so stop overthinking, be confident, and believe in yourself, and just focus on integrated learning, not just mug it up. Because nowadays questions are like very much clinical, and the past papers, if you see the past papers, many of the questions were just one liners. Okay, the pattern has changed, but the concept remains the same. For example, if I go with the pandemic COVID scenario, okay, now the one liners will be, in a COVID patient, which kind of lungs finding you will get in the radiology section. So the answer would be ground glass appearance. Okay, but nowadays they are asking XYZ patient, age this much, having diabetes, having hypertension, showing cough, RT-PCR is positive, this that will give the radiology image. What is this? And the answer is still ground glass appearance. So you have to practice. And the last point, the advice from my side is, do as many question papers and as many grand test, mock test as much as you can. Okay, those are very helpful in boosting up your confidence, telling where you are wrong. Especially in Marrow, you know, after you solve any paper, they will give a proper review in a pie chart or graph, that these subjects are weak, these are strong, this and that. So it's very important, just go for it, and don't forget to solve the question banks and test series.
Yeah, so for anyone who has any question regarding the Marrow app, I have made 2 dedicated videos which will now be displayed on the screen. I'll link them above and put a link in the description box below as well. So to know any details about the Marrow app, make sure you go through both of them. I've mentioned what plans they have, how you can buy it, etc. And whichever app you have right now, just trust it and stick to it, is what we can learn from the advice of these 2 FMGE clearers. And it was an amazing chat, and having you guys as my seniors was one of the best experiences that I had in the university. These 2 were my seniors, and I used to call them Shruti Di and Shashwat Bhaiya, but now I address them as Dr. Shruti and Dr. Shashwat, which makes me super proud. And these 2 were not only my seniors in college but turned out to be my best friends for life. I am so delighted that I had a chance to do this interview with you guys and have you guys on my YouTube channel. So please, Dr. Shashwat, can you ask people to subscribe to my channel?
Okay, so people, viewers, please subscribe to Girija. She makes awesome content. Everything is picture perfect. So subscribe her, like the video, and press the bell icon.
And Dr. Shruti, would you please ask them to follow me on Instagram?
Yeah. On Instagram, you will get so many advices on all aspect of life. On really all aspect of life. And I haven't seen such a positive person in my life. So I myself learn a lot from her. So definitely like this video, share this video, subscribe to her channel, and press the bell icon.
Dr. Shashwat, did you install any of these apps?
Just after, I think, 12th of December evening, restart everything.
Yeah. Guys, if these 2 can crack the exam, you can as well. Gear up and just have confidence, and you can do it too. And as you all know what I say at the end of every video, which is, don't forget to have your cup of positivity and fill your cup
Positivity.
Exactly, and fill your cup with people like them. Gain inspiration from wherever you can, gain motivation, and you can all do it. So thank you so much, Dr. Shruti and Dr. Shashwat, for giving us all your success mantras and all your strategies. I hope that everyone loved this video, and if you have any other questions regarding anything or any video recommendations, feel free to DM me on my Instagram or mention the same in the comment section below. I will see you again in a next video. I upload new videos on every Sunday, so make sure you stay tuned for the upcoming videos as well. And thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to have your cup of positivity. नहीं रूम नहीं एंड करनी, बस ये वॉइस रिकॉर्डिंग चालू है, स्क्रीन रिकॉर्डिंग चालू है, चेक कर लो.